If you've ever looked at a woman and thought, she's not doing much, but she just looks so graceful, so composed, so expensive, there's a reason. She's not chasing attention. She's not trying to impress. She's not even dressed in head-to-toe designer. What she is doing, quietly, intentionally, is avoiding the very habits that drain the elegance from so many women's presence without them even realizing it. Because elegance is not just about what you wear, it's about what you don't do. And today we're going to uncover the 10 habits that instantly make you look less elegant, less high value, and less memorable, even if everything else seems polished. This video is for the woman who is ready to live richly from the inside out. Let's begin. Talking too much, too fast, and too loud. You may be well-dressed. You may be perfectly styled. But if your voice enters a room before you do, and not in a commanding way, but in a chaotic way, the elegance dissolves on impact. Classy women, truly elegant, magnetic women, do not rush their words. They don't fill every silence. And they most certainly don't raise their voice to be heard. Why? Because they understand that silence, when used wisely, is a form of power. And speech, when delivered with calm precision, becomes unforgettable. Speaking too fast comes from anxiety. Speaking too loud comes from a desire to be noticed. But the woman who lives richly doesn't need to be noticed. She's simply known. Instead of trying to impress with volume, impress with tone. Let your words fall like velvet. Let your pauses say what your voice doesn't have to. How to correct it. Practice speaking 20% slower. Breathe before you respond. Be okay with silence. Let your words feel like they've been chosen, not rushed. Apologizing for existing. You bump into someone. Sorry. You ask a question. Sorry. You speak up in a meeting. Sorry. And just like that, you've whispered to the world that you don't believe you belong. Classy women do not apologize for their presence. They don't shrink to make others comfortable. They don't lead with guilt. They lead with grace. That doesn't mean they're arrogant. It means they're anchored. They understand the difference between being polite and being submissive. And while manners matter, dignity matters more. Elegant alternatives to sorry. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you letting me speak. Let's revisit that later. These phrases elevate your communication. They shift your energy from shrinking to leading. Neglecting posture and movement. A woman's posture is her visual biography. The way she stands, sits, walks. It tells the world how she feels about herself. Elegant women don't slouch. They don't drag their feet or fidget uncontrollably. They glide. They lift. They lengthen. Their spine is straight but not rigid. Their shoulders are relaxed but not collapsed. Watch any woman who exudes wealth and class. She doesn't just walk. She moves with softness and certainty. Every motion is intentional. Every gesture is refined. Her hands don't flail. Her gaze doesn't dart. Her presence doesn't scatter. Correcting posture isn't vanity. It's reverence. You are a woman of value. Carry yourself like one. Quick posture cues. Shoulders back, chest lifted, chin level, not tilted up or down. Feet grounded, not crossed or dragging. Hands placed with intention, not clutched or hidden over explaining yourself. One of the clearest signs of insecurity is the woman who constantly explains herself. Why she did what she did. Why she wore what she wore. Why she said what she said. Why she's different than you think. Elegant women do not over-explain. They trust themselves, and they allow others to wonder if needed. You don't owe anyone a justification for your choices, your lifestyle, or your voice. If they misunderstand you, let them. If they question your path, let them wonder. Because when you explain too much, you invite doubt. But when you speak simply, cleanly, and briefly, you leave space for respect to grow. Refined replacements. This is what I've chosen. I'm comfortable with that. I trust my judgment. Let's talk about your wardrobe and what it might be saying before you even open your mouth. If your outfit is screaming through neon colors, excessive logos, dramatic cuts, or clashing accessories, it's doing more than just grabbing attention. It's suggesting that you don't quite know who you are yet. Classy women dress to express identity, not insecurity. They choose clean lines, rich textures, subdued tones, and timeless pieces. Not because they're boring, but because they understand this. Trends date you. Timelessness elevates you. Looking elegant doesn't mean dressing plainly. It means dressing intentionally. It means your outfit whispers power, It doesn't shout desperation. Style cues of elegant women. Neutrals and deep tones. Ivory, navy, camel, charcoal, structured pieces, blazers, trousers, trench coats. Polished accessories, leather bags, silk scarves, subtle jewelry. Tailored fits. Not tight, not baggy, just precise. Inconsistent grooming. You've heard it before, and you'll hear it again. Elegance lives in the details. You can wear a perfectly tailored blazer. You can have the most expensive handbag in the room. But if your nails are chipped, your skin is dry, or your hair is visibly unbrushed, that's the story people will remember. It's not about having flawless makeup or expensive extensions. It's about being intentional with your grooming. Clean, moisturized, understated, fresh. That's what the elegant woman masters. Key grooming details. Classy women never neglect. Clean, neutral nails. Brushed, healthy hair, styled simply. Glowing, cared-for skin. Light, non-overpowering fragrance, fresh breath, and soft hands. You don't need a glam squad. You need consistency. And when you walk into a room polished from head to toe, not just visually but energetically, you tell the world, I care about me, and I carry myself like someone worth caring about. Nothing breaks the illusion of elegance faster than the woman who constantly talks herself down in front of others. The woman who laughs at her own appearance, who calls herself lazy, messy, or a disaster, who makes self-deprecating jokes to be relatable. We live in a world that teaches women to make themselves smaller so others feel comfortable. But let me say this clearly. Elegance never apologizes for existing. High-value women do not diminish themselves to be accepted. They do not insult themselves for laughs. They do not weaponize their flaws to avoid judgment. When you talk poorly about yourself, even as a joke, others will begin to believe it. And worse, so will you. Classy women uplift others, but they uplift themselves first. Refined phrases to replace self-deprecation. I'm learning to enjoy the process. I'm working on this, and I'm proud of how far I've come. I take care of myself, inside and out. Oversharing and emotional spilling. Elegance is not just about beauty. It's about restraint. Classy women don't offer their entire emotional life to strangers. They are warm, yes. Open, yes. But they do not unload. They do not vent in public. They do not tell their life story to anyone who will listen. Oversharing comes from a desire to connect. But elegant women know that true connection comes from presence, listening, and timing, not emotional spilling. When you share everything about yourself too soon, you lose mystique. You invite unnecessary opinions. And you train others to see you as emotionally unstable, even if you're not. Hold your stories with care. Not everyone is meant to hold your softness. What elegant women do instead? They pause before speaking. They allow silence to breathe. They protect their privacy like a treasure. They share only what reflects alignment and poise. There is nothing elegant about arguing, about proving, about needing the last word. High-value women don't care about being right. They care about being effective. Elegance means knowing when to speak and when to leave the conversation untouched. It means having the confidence to let people underestimate you because you have nothing to prove. When a woman corrects every detail, over-explains her knowledge, or insists on making her point louder than others, she leaves grace behind. But the woman who listens calmly, who says, I understand, instead of, you're wrong, that woman moves differently. Powerful, elegant phrases. That's an interesting view. I see your point. We may see it differently, and that's okay. There is a vast difference between looking elegant and being elegant. You can wear the perfect outfit, carry the perfect bag, and say the right words. But if it's a performance, if it's all for show, the energy won't land. True elegance isn't about impressing. It's about alignment. It's about choosing every detail of your life because it reflects your inner world, not because you hope it earns approval from the outer one. Classy women are not performers. They are curators. They choose their appearance with intention. They choose their words with reverence. They choose their energy with awareness. They are not trying to be seen. They are practicing being aligned. The shift. You are not dressing to be noticed. You are dressing to honor your identity. You are not speaking to impress. You are speaking to connect with value. You are not showing up to chase validation. You are showing up because your presence is the standard. Let's reflect together. The habits that silently strip away elegance are rarely the loud, obvious ones. They are the ones women carry daily, out of fear, out of insecurity, out of habit. But now you see them. And now you get to choose differently. To look less elegant, all it takes is a voice that rushes instead of resonates, a posture that collapses under pressure, a mouth that apologizes too much, a wardrobe that shouts instead of whispers, a presence that overshares, overreacts, and overperforms. But to live richly, to radiate elegance in every room, at every age, with every outfit, it only takes a return to you, to the woman who is already calm, already valuable, already magnetic. She's been waiting behind the noise, and today you get to bring her forward. This is She Lives Rich, where we don't just dress like women of value. We move, speak, and live like women of value. Elegance is not about what you wear. It's about how you carry the gift that is you. And if this video resonated with you, if it stirred something in your spirit or reminded you of the standard you're ready to reclaim, then I invite you to subscribe, not just to this channel, but to the highest version of your feminine self, because she's already within you. It's time to live like her. It's time to live rich.